How to survive a financial crisis. In a world seemingly fraught with uncertainty, it's easy to become overwhelmed. With the pandemic causing economic turmoil and political instability on an international scale, many of us find ourselves asking difficult questions about our financial security. Will I get through this? Can I remain financially viable in such a tumultuous climate? To answer these pressing queries and hopefully give some peace of mind, we are here today to discuss ways for you to survive any upcoming or current financial crisis. Start by analyzing your budget. Take a look at your income and weigh it against what you're spending in order to determine where you stand financially. Calculate net worth and total debt for an accurate picture of the situation, knowing this will help ensure successful management going forward. A budget is a powerful tool in the fight against financial crisis. It allows you to be aware of how much money you are both earning and spending, providing an opportunity to adjust your decisions accordingly. Taking control over where every paycheck goes can help protect yourself from this looming danger, by cutting out non-essentials and managing what remains with care, ensuring that there's enough for when times get tough. During a financial crisis, sometimes our first instinct is to panic. But there's an easier way: cutting back on costs. You don't need those expensive takeout nights and dinners out. Instead, limit your expenses in order to keep track of bills adds up over time. It may seem daunting, but it can be easy when you make studying income versus expense ratio part of the process. If you're serious about avoiding late payments, then automating your finances is essential. We live in a digital world, and it couldn't be easier to set up automated payment systems. You just plug in the details once and everything runs itself from there. Now that the hard work's done, all you need do is sit back, relax, and watch as stress-free finance management takes care of itself for good. To face the unpredictable financial storms of life, it's essential to keep an emergency fund in your arsenal. It doesn't matter if you're swimming in a sea of wealth or just barely treading water. Having something tucked away can be life-saving when times are tough. In an unpredictable world, financial crises can hit us at any time. To prepare for such circumstances, many experts advise to wisely build up a rainy day fund. This long-term savings plan should contain enough money equivalent to 6 months or even 1 year of your income, the exact amount depending on how secure you feel with it. Planning ahead in this way provides security and peace of mind, as it prevents relying solely on credit cards and loans, which often come with high interest rates. So if you don't already have an emergency fund, now is the time to start one, and don't just start, keep building it. You know what they say: the more the merrier, and one thing you really should work towards securing is a steady income flow, and this is only possible if you have some form of job security. During these uncertain times, it has never been more important to develop new strategies for financial stability. Even those considered essential may find themselves vulnerable if a crisis were to occur. Learning from this pandemic, we can see that no job security is guaranteed, and there are various means of creating an independent income source. Now could be the time to start looking into alternative avenues, as measures towards securing your own economic future. This way you stay secure, even in times of uncertainty. Monetize your hobby, look for possibilities to earn with every opportunity, and try not to set limits on yourself now, once you've got a steady income stream. The next thing you need to do is invest. Investments help you to make income passively. That way, you're making money without even being there. Take some of that money you make and put it into profitable businesses. Don't invest based on sentiment. That would most likely lead to a loss. Conduct some research, do your homework, and make investments in businesses that will bring more income to you. Also, pretty importantly, you don't want to start worrying or fidgeting during a recession. If you've made investments, avoid those knee-jerk reactions that cause you to instantly make emotional decisions about your investments. So try to ride out these murky moments and hope for the upswing, because that's all a part of the natural rhythm of the economy. Reach out to a trusted financial aid before making any big decisions or changes concerning your investments, and you know it's practically impossible to save for an emergency fund or even an invest. If you find yourself in constant debt, if you want to survive during a financial crisis, you definitely don't want to have people hounding you for money that you owe them. So make sure you commit to paying off your debts, especially those that attract high interest rates. Yes, for some people, it's almost impossible to live without debt, though it's still important that you make evaluations of the debts you have and make efforts to pay them, so you can unburden yourself as much as possible. This might seem like a daunting task, but it's very straightforward. All you have to do is divert some of the extra money you earn toward paying off your debts. Credit cards are the ones you really want to look into paying as soon as possible, because having good credit cannot be overemphasized, and that's most often a last resort for people. So you don't want to have an insurmountable credit debt. You could also look into getting a better credit card deal, something that charges a lower rate with this. You could pay less interest and it can help you to pay off your debts faster, or even give you some breathing room with how much you spend and while trying to organize your finances and set yourself straight. It's also important you do not neglect routine maintenance. Keeping your home, your car, even your health, in great condition, can help you to save a lot in the long run. Imagine having to spend money on fixing a termite invasion or spending a lot of money treating type 2 diabetes because of a junk food diet. Preventative measures are always a good place to start, hence why it would be wise to keep on top of your routine maintenance stuff. You might think you don't have the time or the resources to take care of them right away, but you should remember they would probably cause bigger problems if left unchecked, so you might as well deal with it now. Insurance is another important part of surviving a loss, and because of this, it's important you have some good insurance. The power of excellent insurance cannot be underestimated, but it's also important to shop around for lower insurance rates. It doesn't help if you're carrying around too much insurance, or if you could be getting the insurance you have at a better price. These are changes that can affect your monthly expenses and help to reduce those costs. Now, in regard to your current policies and the ones you intend to purchase, it's very important you have the insurance coverage. You really need not just the bare minimum. Educating yourself is an investment that will do you a world of good, and especially if you've got investments, constantly keeping up to date on financial trends will help you to make more informed decisions as to what to do with your finances. So read books, study reports. Do research, basically delve into anything that can help you to improve your financial literacy. Totally alone, when we have happy moments, we like to share those with others, and it should be the same when we're struggling or going through a trying time. It's important to inform your friends and family. Going through situations like this without help doesn't make you strong, it just reduces the amount of valid input you could get toward getting better or more productive. So speak to someone that you trust, your parents, your partner, your friends, even a professional. You just never know where and in what form help might come. So it's important you try to keep your options open. What a ride, a Luxor. Remember that if you want legit financial advice tailored to your specific needs, you should definitely be talking to a professional, as these are just tips to help you along. And since you stuck with us up until this point, here's a bonus you've earned. It acknowledges that crises are bound to happen, and that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Yes, it's inevitable that these things will happen. Sometimes the most important thing is how we minimize damage, and how we recover after that. So, instead of trying to predict what might cause a financial crisis, focus instead on how to protect yourself if it ever happens. Nobody saw the 2020 pandemic coming, but it happened. Nonetheless, life is unpredictable, a Luxor, so direct your energy and focus toward preparing against and recovering. With a financial crisis on the brink, it's important to be prepared and informed. We must use this as an opportunity for learning from each other, so share your top tips in our comments section. If you found these valuable, consider subscribing or exploring more content through our website. Together we can face tomorrow with hope. Join us today for better answers ahead.